Hey everyone, so double feature for you here today. We're doing a hero spotlight on Antinua, which is one of the premier heroes to do speedruns in dungeons in this game. Fantastic hero in regards to damage output. It's actually pretty insane. She is someone who depends on other supports to really unlock her full potential. But even without both of them or just either of them, she's still a really nice single target nuker. If you wanted to try and jump into her, in arena to take care of pesky, blue characters or whatever, she would be your girl. So let's just talk about it real quick, and I'll show you, her applications in the game. So her trait is really basic, except for this unique thing that they added into the game recently. But her trait, all it does is it grants her this unicorn blessing at the start of the battle, and then if she's ascended, she gains it for the start of the round, and then there's an actual cooldown on it. For her applications in PvE, don't really care about this unless you use her, from in rare cases, like with Guild versus Environment or something like that. But for the most part, you just need that Unicorn Blessing at the start of the battle. And then another nice thing is if you use her in adventure mode, she's going to give you additional experience. But anyway, the Unicorn Blessing is the main thing. So her basic ability says deals 110% damage to one enemy. But if she has Unicorn Blessing up, she launches a bonus attack on the same target, so she can attack twice. So that's 220% damage just on a basic if she has Unicorn Blessing. So pretty cool stuff. Her special ability does 195% damage to an enemy, and then she gains Unicorn Blessing. So if Unicorn Blessing falls off, because Unicorn Blessing, whenever you're attacked, it actually removes it from Antinua. I did forget to mention that Unicorn Blessing actually gives her bonus damage as well. For 30%. So the special does a pretty decent multiplier, and then it puts Unicorn Blessing back up on her if it fell off. And then her ultimate ability, Soul Shatter, deals 220% damage to one enemy, and then if she has Unicorn Blessing, she gains a bonus turn, so she gets to go again. So she's just pure damage, and I mean, she's a specialist, but she is one of the best at it. So Antinua is one of the first epics that I booked because she helped with some speedruns in Queen of Tides, which I was kind of struggling at, and she's been booked ever since. So my stats on my Antinua aren't the best, but I only use her in one part of the game right now, so I wanted to try and put gear that would work on her. That wasn't the best, but it could still work. So her stats aren't terrible, but you should see some of the Antinuas out there. They're pretty bonkers. So her attack is 6,500, speed is 177. It could be way less than this for what I'm using her in. I just use her for Queen of Tide speedruns. Crit rate over 100, and then her crit damage is 337. That's really all she needs. If you are running her in faction challenges or something like that, or arena, it's probably best to get her precision up a little bit. So her gear here is just speed and warrior. Ideally, you want to run her in like assassin set. Cursed set is also a viable option, but I just have her, like I said, in some random pieces to make sure that she could do the Queen of Tide runs, and then I'd be on my way with the rest of the other stuff. So this piece here's got some nice rolls on crit damage. This is a pretty nice piece. Crit rate, crit damage, attack percentage. This is a pretty nice piece as well. Attack percentage with speed and crit rate. Crit damage with some crit rate and attack percentage. And then attack percentage with crit rate, crit damage. And then she does have these fancy relics on here. So she's got attack percentage, and she gets received less damage received from water heroes. This is kind of irrelevant because she never gets hit by the queen. Her crit damage will scale with the target's lost health. I guess this comes into play a little bit, but this one is really nice. Crit damage scales with the target's current health, but I can honestly say that she can get through Queen even without these on. Just some random relic here, and then some random relic here. So for her glyphs, she gets pretty decent speed, which is nice. Some nice crit rate as well, and crit damage. I do have her fully ascended. She does get that trait on Ascend 2, which is kind of irrelevant. I think the only things that are relevant for her are the base attack and maybe speed to help you be able to build her in like attack percentage boots to really maximize her damage. And like I said, she is fully booked out, so she does get crit rate on her ability, which really helps with maximizing crit damage on her builds, and then she gets crit damage on her physique as well. So like I said, I'll just show you where I use her, which is Queen of Tides, but she is viable in Witch of the Wind and Gemini. So I'll just show you how the run goes. If you were watching my Queen of Tide video yesterday, you will have seen this team already, but I'm just going to show you how this team works and why she's complemented so well by Florence and Shane. Okay. So Florence is here because, one, she maximizes your damage output with that increased damage taken, and she allows you to attack with this bonus attack. So anytime you use a physical attack on somebody, you'll get that bonus attack. And as we saw with Antinua, whenever she uses her basic ability, if she has that Unicorn Blessing up, she's going to use her basic ability again. So pretty cool. Shane is in here for two reasons. One, he pairs extremely well with Aaron, who can attack outside of his turn and then have everyone else attack outside of their turn. And Shane has a debuff called Law of Karma, where it says if the enemy unit is attacked by somebody outside of their turn, it increases the damage they receive by 30%. So it allows Antinua to do a lot of damage outside of her turn whenever Aaron allows you to come in and do joint attacks with his skill kit. So Shane has that ability. He also has a damage increase buff, which I failed to do there. If that was on auto, it would have done that as well. But I'm going to be able to get through this wave anyway. So there, you saw all of those bonus attacks from Aaron, and Antinua was still attacking outside of her turn, and she was doing that increased damage from Shane's Law of Karma debuff. Shane is also in there, as you see here. His trait allows for increased damage stacks, which is pretty nuts. I mean, he's just an absolutely amazing hero. So anytime somebody attacks, it increases this damage up stack by 1, and each stack is worth 3%. So Florence also gives people bonus attacks, right, which counts as an attack. That's why she has 2 stacks. So here's this damage up ability that Shane has on his special. He'll be able to do that on the Queen, on Antinua, and we'll be able to one-shot the Queen. But for now, we are just going to go after this big crab. Aaron, as I said, is in here to do this ultimate ability where he summons all allies to launch a joint attack with the basic ability. And as we know, with Antinua, her basic ability, if she has Unicorn Blessing, she does another bonus attack. So pretty cool stuff. So here we'll show Antinua with this Soul Shatter ability on her ultimate. It deals 220% damage, but if she has Unicorn Blessing up, she'll be able to grant herself an extra turn, and she has bonus attack up. So she's also going to attack with her basic ability, and since Unicorn Blessing is up, she's going to be able to do a second attack because it launches a bonus attack on the same target. So there is the ultimate, and then the 2 attacks. So pretty neat stuff. So here I'm just going to use the basic ability, and we will move on to the boss. And then I'll show you on auto here what happens with the boss. Yeah, perfect. So Florence is going to do her ultimate ability, that bonus attack. Shane will give the damage up to Antinua, put on that Law of Karma debuff, and then put up a defense down 2. This triggers Aaron, and then you'll see the damage that comes from Antinua. So bonus attack, because she has on the Unicorn Blessing. And then Aaron just used his ultimate ability again, so then she gets another bonus attack. So she just attacked 4 times, then used her Unicorn Blessing, and then that went into a bunch of basic attacks. So, like, this team is just absolutely amazing. It goes really fast. I'll show you here with it on auto, full speed. And this, whenever it's in background mode, this team does Queen of Tides in less than a minute. So, pretty cool team. This is definitely Antinua's kind of shining abilities within this game, and the other 2 dungeons, Witch of the Wind and Gemini Dragon, it is the exact same team, and yeah, it's the same exact concepts. So the only thing is you need like Curse Snare set on Shane and Florence if you use Antinua in Gemini Dragon, and I don't have them in Curse Snare set because I don't have any good sets. So sadly, I can't utilize that team there. So here, like I said, this is just full speed. You'll see all of these like extra attacks from Antinua because of that Unicorn Blessing up. In her basic, she gets to do 2 hits of damage, so she's doing 220% each time she uses her basic ability. And then she's going to use her ultimate and get a bonus turn down here, right there. And then she's able to use her special and then bonus attack. So there you go. And that's basically where I use Antinua. I just use her in Queen of Tides, and that's it. But like I said, that same exact team is viable in Witch of the Wind, and it's viable in Gemini Dragon. The only thing that you have to watch out for in Witch of the Wind is obviously the speed differences. They all need to be a certain speed in order for you to clear the waves and then also go before the boss. So it is a little harder threshold to meet, and I don't want to switch around the gear for that. And then same thing with Gemini Dragon. Like I said, you need some pretty good gear with Curse Snared set on Shane and Florence, and then your Antinua needs to be really strong. But it is doable, so that's kind of interesting that somebody found out that you can actually do that with Antinua. Just goes to show how strong she is. But she does need Florence and Shane really to maximize her potential. As I mentioned, she does have some applications for taking down some stronger water heroes in Arena. Let's see if we can find any, like right here. Like some tougher Neros. I think if you have, if you have a decently built Antinua, she can eventually kill Nero just maybe in 2 hits of damage. So something like this, we'll just do a little skip spell. And we'll go from there. And I'm not even utilizing Lightning's attack boost right here. Okay, so what you can do is you can go into Antinua, with the jump, and then she'll be able to possibly kill Nero. Yeah, see, so her ultimate was pretty pretty strong. And then because she has Unicorn Blessing up, she can do 2 attacks on Nero, to kill him. So, strong heroes like that, Hackrin, Jonathan, just the pesky water heroes. But she does have some application in regular arena as well. But that's all I have. Oh, actually, no, I'll mention one more thing. She is a viable candidate as well in Rift of Chaos. I know that's not really everyone's favorite content, but I'm pretty sure there are some teams out there that have definitely used her. I know when I first started farming that stage, I was using this, but I think even people have found teams that can use her all the way up to, okay, there's stage 4, so that's pretty cool. Stage 5, yep. See, so she's still extremely relevant. Wow, stage 6? Good for these people. This is awesome. Stage 7? Okay, so she kind of caps out at stage 6. Yeah, just a great epic hero. Obviously, as you're seeing here, she scales really well, even at the beginning of the game. I believe, well, I actually don't know if they still do it, but at the beginning of the game, when I first started, you could purchase Antinua for like, I don't know, $2, and you get a bunch of other things where it seemed worth it. But yeah, fantastic hero that can scale with the game. She's great in dungeon progression. She's going to be even better whenever you have specific heroes to do speedruns. And she's also viable in the most endgame content that we have right now. So that's all I got for you guys. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.